Hey guys, WolfPro54 here with another Forza Livery video. Today we'll be working with 2015 Dodge Challenger SRT Hellcat. We will be making a Forza Horizon Pulse livery today. So let's get started. You're going to want to start by painting the car dark blue. Please hold on a second. I'm sorry for that interruption. So, after you paint the car blue, you're going to want to paint the wheels kind of a little bit of a lighter blue. Say something that would match the Pulse logo. Something like that would work. Everything else should stay the same. Now we're going to apply the decals. This is probably the hardest part that you will encounter. Today our primary two groups today will be the Primitives and the Community Vinyls 2. We will start with Community Vinyls 2 at this shape right here. And we are going to want to paint this the same color that we painted the wheels. Again, I am sorry for the interruption. You're going to spin this to about 90 degrees. And you can size it as you like. I'd usually size it up to where the gas tank would usually be on the opposite side. See right there, and I'd move it to about the top of the wheel or rim. So it looks something like that. After that, you'll go into the primitive section and grab a square. This should be painted black to make it look better with the Pulse symbol. You're going to try to size this as big as you can, just so it would make the better of the car itself. That should work. You're going to want to size it to where it just touches it. It would cover it partially, but not completely. You're going to want to grab another square where you're going to be putting it on the end of the car. Same thing we did with the first black square, but instead it's just going to be covering up the rest of the car itself. You may want to spin this just to save some time. What you're going to do is you're going to copy paste the original arc. You're going to paste it and it should look something like this. A lot more of a clean design for this car. I'm going to go onto the opposite side and you're just going to copy paste it all. It should look something like this. You're then going to go onto the top/hood. This is where you will complete the arcs itself. You're going to go into primitives. You're going to grab yourself a black square. You're going to try to place it on the trunk so you can finish the rest of the black itself. We are then going to move this to try to match it up to the end of the black itself. Again, you're going to grab another square and you're going to paint it that blue you still painted the rims with to match the arc. You're going to move it to the end and try to match it up the best you can with the rest of the arc. personal favorite part is actually adding the racing stripe. What a voice crack. This should match the line that matches the arc that matches the rest of the car. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna size this down to the racing stripe. That was terrible grammar. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna try to keep this stripe off of the trunk. In the end, it should look something like this. The next step is really optional. You can take a black square and you can move it up. This racing stripe can go all the way through the car. I'd recommend sizing it down to about 0.3 or somewhere around that range. You're gonna move it to the side and you can size it. The only problem with this is that you can barely see it because of the darker color of the car. You can change the color of the car or the color of the stripe. It is really up to you. And then copy paste the other side. The car should look something like this. Front bumper is also optional, because not a lot of people are going to see this. I would recommend putting it on if you're looking for money in the auction house, because that's what people look for, and also because it's the only thing they see in the auction house. Copy paste this onto the other side like you did on the hood. You're then going to go onto the right side where you're going to put your first Pulse logo on. Usually would go onto the door. It looks something like this. You're going to go to the left side and you're going to still copy everything on. Just delete what was already there. It should look something like this. And you can add another logo onto the hood. This is really up to you. I'm going to spin this 90 degrees so it will say 270. You can size it as you'd like. I'd recommend going about 130 to 125, then moving it towards the top. There's one thing that you definitely don't want to forget, and it's the back bumper. You want it to be completely black. This would, one, make the car look good, and it would save you time altogether. You're then going to save the car. And after that, you're going to paint the spoiler black. Alright, shocking. There's a way we could fix this though. We could go into the upgrades. I'm not going to do body kits right now. But you could put spoilers on it. And you can paint those. Any of the 3 colors that you chose. Overall budget for this car, you would want to have about $300,000 in your pocket. if you're going to be putting upgrades on it as well. But you'd also want to buy the car if you don't have it already. So in the end, your car should look something like this. Spoiler is yet optional. This is WolfPro54. Hope you liked the video. Signing off.